When you're given an opportunity to call somewhere home, you take it.
Chance. Chance has a great duality. It's often thought of in opportunity and luck. To chance, take a chance. There was a young team out of Detroit that no one wanted to take a chance on. There were fields in Detroit that no one wanted to take a chance on. They ended up being a blessing in disguise for this team because they ended up taking a chance on themselves. Right? They ended up going out playing, amassing a following, getting popular enough that a lot of those fields and teams now wanted to take a chance on that team. There was one field that took a chance on these players, and that's Sherwood Forest. Joe and Kathy, you have a fine field. You provided us a great foundation from which to further our paintball careers that we are extremely grateful. Right? So thank you for taking a chance on us. Hopefully one day we can crack open some of that Jack Daniels and have a good laugh about that, Mr. Stayback. We got a big 2022 ready to happen, and we can't wait to make it happen with you. Thanks for the opportunity and the chance. Iguana Man out.
It's good to be home.
Well, hi there.
What up, though?
Well,
hey, man. What?
Welcome to the first edition of the Not hosted by Guru.
I'm special guest here. Exactly. I'm a special guest here. I am not. I don't plan on being here long. We're waiting on a couple other people to jump in here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let them have it.
Well, hello, everybody.
He said, "Oh shit, you got Seth Rogen." Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Waiting for Eli to get out of the bathroom, and he'll be joining us.
The first comment that I see on my side, because I see there is
Mead Man.
Spawn. Nope, I got Spawn. You got Mead Man?
I do.
I got and in StreamYard, the first person one I see is him. That ain't the first one you see?
It is on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah, on StreamYard, the first one I see is him, Mead Man, Frank, then Archie on YouTube over there. Uh-oh. The Iguana is here. Listen, okay, I'm still so full disclosure, I got about 60 milligrams going through my system right now.
Tried not to do too much tonight, but definitely more than 60.
I'm hot. Yeah, so yeah, I ain't gonna be no good for a while. So what up, everybody, man? Yeah, I know it's been a minute, man. We back. Like, I mean, the guys they showed they went and played a great event. Echo hit me up like, hey man, I wanna go ahead and do the show since we was there, we played. So
we didn't have our show for Purge. We didn't have our show for. Did y'all have one for Texas?
I think we did have one for Texas. I think that was the last show.
We didn't have one for Hoth, so we got to get one in. Something.
Right. Breaking in and gear up in Pathfinder.
Do not have our trophy to show off though. Left it at the bunkhouse.
Oh, did you? I didn't know who had it. So go ahead. I mean, we waiting for some more. He said everyone gets a ref punch. That's hilarious. I mean, you can start telling me, like I said, for y'all to understand, I don't know anything about the event, so you can start telling me until they get here, man. What happened?
Well, what did happen?
Well, how about this?
We played some paintball.
I can ask you a question. How was the event?
Well, it was a Red Feather event, so obviously the production was fantastic. The scenario was great. it was able for people to.
What?
If you ever want to go to a
Oh.
Miami Formula One race, you can get $400 lobster rolls. It's a
That's
pretty good
lit.
deal.
I don't. Nah.
Yeah, Red Feather event was great. We had our commander was from Texas, I think.
Uh-huh.
I don't really ever speak with the person, but we managed to pull out that W regardless. What happened to try?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I didn't try. I did teleport to the third floor. I did barrel tag 2 of your guys, and I did make Paco bleed. So I guess I worked out.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Got a hold of the Cloak of Shadows. Chad, if you're watching, I owe you for a cloak. I definitely stole that prop. It's a pretty cool cloak. Thank you.
Oh, you took the cloak?
I took the cloak. Yeah.
You took the cloak?
I had to.
Hey.
I found a cloak on the field. I used it to teleport to the third floor of the castle. Shot Paco, made him bleed. I feel like that's a win, guys. It's a W right there.
You say, what's the meme that going around now? A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. I am.
Kara, we lost by 200 points, but didn't you get sniped and taken off the field?
I didn't lose, by the way.
Have fun respawning.
She said thank you for that too. She said, I think she said it on one of the posts. She said thanks for sniping me. She said that though. Oh, so she knew you did it there.
I don't know if she knew it was me. I just saw someone in a skirt and I was like, oh, I know who that is. That's an easy snipe.
He said, oh, I know who that is.
Marky. I'm giving away.
Listen, hey, I wanted to, what'd he say?
He's got some gears given away. Talk to me later, Marky. We're doing a giveaway for Young Guns at Guru's game in October. We're putting together a couple gear packages to hook up some Young Guns that are playing.
He said she was like, what the fuck? Yeah, she ain't even know what's going on. All she know. Hey, you gotta understand when he told me this story, he was like, hey, I got one for you, Guru. He was like, yeah, I saw Kara going across the field. He was like, I could have got somebody else. I could have, but I knew it was her.
Yeah, if you could pick somebody out, and they're all weekend they were asking for descriptions. Mm-hmm. Well, person in the skirt named Kara is pretty easy description. Sorry and shit.
Man. He said you're a tad faster than I expected. We gotta get Eli because I think that's when
Eli's in Costco blowing up the bathroom. He'll be out soon.
That's fair. Catch me. He said, catch me, ref. Hey, listen, that's my motto. I mean, they caught me, but it is what it is. I'm not as fast as these guys.
You see somebody talking to a ref, and then that ref starts walking towards you. Just run.
Or in Neb's case, you hear somebody say pew. You hear pew. Yeah, you take the fuck off. You go the other way.
Where's Neb at?
I don't know where Neb is. I mean, you could have got Neb too. Shit, hell. I right now am. I mean, what's this? I guess I'm for the game. I'm adding serrated edges to it so that it rips off pretty easy. Let me see if I got one I can fuck up real quick. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Oh wait, is this a good one or a bad one? Cause why the fuck is it over there?
Catch me. Show your foot.
What? Hey, no, man.
Fred wants to see your foot. That's weird.
Nah, man. Hey, man. It's a weird thing, dog. But see, look. So how this gonna work when they get them? Just complete and rip off. So I'm making them easy. I am making them extremely foolproof, people. What was the third floor about? So was that during like a regular mission?
Paco was laying down up there because he was scared to get shot, so he just laid down on the floor up there for like a half hour.
No, I'm saying like what was he up there doing? Like holding the capsule?
Just laying down up there, taking a nap, I think. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't shooting at anybody. He wasn't doing anything effective. Just taking a nap.
He wasn't like. I mean, I'm saying like was it a mission to go get it or something?
No, I found the cloak and just teleported up there because it seemed like a fun idea.
He said paintballers will still fuck it up, Guru. Hey, listen, that's not my problem, right? Oh, he said holding for a mission. He said he was holding for a mission. I agree with you that it's not that they'll fuck it up, but I'm telling them now, and I will tell it again, just rip it off early. That's fine. But you better make sure I get it, because if I don't get it, that mission don't count, Playboy. I don't care who did it. Who went out there and did it? It's very simple. Very simple. Okay, so what
So
else
other
is going
than
on?
Austin should have got awarded Night Stalker, but it was given to a team instead.
Okay,
He was very upset with. Oh, we got finally. Here we go.
Oh,
Let's
shit,
get some noise at the Costco.
Oh, he's really
Y'all
at.
hear
He
me?
said the one, but he
I'm
said,
not
"What up,
gonna lie
Emery?"
to you. Oh, and he lost it.
He said the one true Robin though. He was taking shots at. Hey, listen, listen. I
Look,
want to say
if
Frank.
you
Frank
lose
was
your player
looking dope.
card,
Frank was looking dope though. Frank's costume was dope as shit though. Like looking at that shit in the pictures, Frank looked the part. That motherfucker took that shit serious. He wore the part. I appreciate that. And he talking about shit.
yeah, the role players were pretty good this year.
Okay.
Everybody kind of played their part for the most part. It was fun to like be able to interact with them.
Whoa, the
That's a
role
fun
players.
Yeah, like Robin Hood and them in
Yeah.
character, and that's one of the fun things about the Red Feather games is you get a bit of that role playing and scenario play that it doesn't happen in the big games.
Right, and I like that. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm glad for it because I like that aspect of it. Add a little
Audio.
texture to the game. We
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
in there.
Can you hear us?
The true Robin.
There go Red Feather. He just popped in here too. Go ahead and give him his role. This live for him. Echo.
Don't tell me.
What?
No, I said Red Feather just popped in. I said you can give him his role. This live if you want to. Well, you can see it live. Tell him how good of a game you put on. How you enjoyed it.
It's a great game, Red Feather. We'll get him in here for a minute.
Who are Oh, you gonna get him on?
Yeah, why not? Chad,
Go ahead.
get in here.
If he ain't busy, he might be busy.
Making props for another game, probably.
Right.
That's where we had our
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's coming from Cliff. Exactly, Cliff. So I mean,
yeah,
but ideally that's the rule. Ideally that's exactly how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You want you want to be able to radio a ref and say, "Hey man, this person is he said he coming as Ghost from COD." There we go. All right then. Hey, listen, I heavily encourage, Call of Duty role playing and Call of Duty visuals. My event, I heavily suggest it. Having technical issues, shitty reception at ball.
Yeah, we're still trying to expand the infrastructure at Walmart to get Wi-Fi mesh networks throughout the whole building. It's hard, man, when you're growing a paintball business from turds on the ground.
Did you get a chance to shoot his
I shot the cone, obviously, to be obnoxious. I was yelled at by several people to stop shooting it behind them.
Mhm.
It was loud or something.
What?
I was surprised by that. But I've not shot the foam scenario slug yet. I have
Really?
one. I guess tomorrow I'm just gonna have to chase my kid through the house and shoot her with it or something.
Yeah, Mr. Nasty came over the other day and went outside and shot it. I mean, legit accuracy from, you gotta think about driveway to driveway, legit accuracy. And I figure that's the furthest somebody gonna be trying to shoot a Havoc,
Mm-hmm.
Kara said they are amazing. So yeah, she shot one of them. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it. It's a nifty fucking thing. Look, they're sticky. Talking about scenario slugs for the win. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, he's
I
out
like
there using them. And I
they
believe
got
they're
pictures
now
of 'em.
okayed for all Red Feather events.
Even better. That's a big deal right there, though. That's a big deal. The fact that Red Feather okayed them for all his events. I mean,
And in just a short time, they'll be for sale on paintballdna.com. You guys will be able to pick them up.
That's what I told him. Hey, yo, that's the exact same thing I told him. Oh, he said, not only did I try him, but I got shot by one, and he fully supports it. Fully approved. So that's what Moose said. That's typically one of, he feel it. He's not even back there yet. What is it, like a muscle tear? Who is that for? I'm guessing that's to Rich. I'm guessing. Because, yeah, mine is not a muscle. I think that's to Rich in his wrist. Oh, really? Oh, is that right? You can use them at that event,
Living
huh?
legends. Oh, interesting.
Anybody else gonna be there from the team? You know that or not right now?
That's my birthday weekend. We're having our private paintball party. None of you are
Oh.
invited to. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
No pros. I like to only invite people that don't play paintball, so that way I'm the best player on the field, and it just makes me feel good about myself.
You can still invite me. Shit, I'm trash at paintball.
Yeah, I don't need anybody that talks more shit than me, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got you.
I gotta be, I just gotta dominate in all aspects of the event.
He said, I too have been shot by a paintball. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be there right there with you. Yeah, I'll be at Super Game for sure. I'll be at Super Game. Like I said,
Be at Super Game. I know a couple of mutants just registered for Super Game today.
Okay.
We'll be there on Blue Team.
Yep, he said to wrap up a project for the Dark Get Hits. I told you that. Chad is busy right now.
Yep, Chad's always working on projects.
I mean, I get it. Like I said, that's what I'm doing right now too, finishing this shit up. So
that's why you snipe. That's fine, Kara. If that's what you need to tell yourself, absolutely. You were sniped because you're the best baller out there.
Blue Team, Yes, Frank. Yes, Frank. That's where we're going. Blue Team.
Who's the Blue Team commander?
Eastern, somebody else, but yeah. She said, "Hell yeah." What else? What he say? What's this? Okay, he said, "Keep him backstage."
Ooh, Eli.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that, Ryan. Ryan said he'll be at Sherwood for my event. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well,
well, there you go. There we go. I don't know, TB. Okay, that's fair. That's fair if you play a plan. Listen, so everybody good, Mike, man. Appreciate that. But Ryan, so here's the thing. Even if you're not playing, bro, I want you to come out if you're able, right? You know what I'm saying? I know you close if you close enough and you want to come out, even if you're not playing, man. I'll look for feedback, right? So it's my first event putting on. I know I'm jumping around because I want to give this back to Echo and his experience at Chad's game. But come out still, man. Even if you're not, if you're not able to play, come out and just take a look at the game and give me feedback. That's all. Give me feedback. I mean, I know that, Ryan. I know that much, but I mean, I want individual feedback as well from people telling me, hey, this was trash, this was cool. Keep this, get rid of that. My bad. Echo.
Your game's gonna be fun.
You got it.
I don't even like the most I could say about Robin Hood is I know we started out losing really badly, but then we figured out the slapsticks to turn them the opposite color. And as far as I know, once we started turning all the slapsticks red, things started going our way. That's why I was hoping to have somebody in here that was paying attention to the score. I was just out shooting people.
Somebody in where paying attention to the score? What? Who? Me?
No.
Oh.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working. Can you hear me?
We can. Ooh.
I'm about to turn him down.
Yeah, I got you.
Not too loud. Yeah.
Your cart system in the background. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
So Eli, how did
the game go? So go ahead. I'm a mute and let y'all talk now since you got friends here. So
I'm tired. I'm still tired from that. I was put to work. I went there to chill, have a good time, and I put as much work as I did in the Super Game last year.
As a role player, you were tasked with a lot of our missions that were drag this 150-pound wagon away.
I only had to do one of those, and if I thank God, Little John's role was so crucial to the story that I only had to do one of those throughout the weekend. I think they left that to Friar's Hut, so well earned role for that role player. I had a good time. I got there early, hung out, and we had the role players meeting Friday night, and I kind of debated on whether I wanted to go to it, and so I went, and they kind of went through the what the roles are, and the whole entire thing. It was a good briefing. And then at the end, Chad's like, okay, you start now. So we had to, he left 100 coins on the field and 25 off field. And we had to go hunt for coins. And I wasn't prepared for that. I'm just like, you dick. I do not want to do this tonight. And of course, as soon as I finally make my way on the field, the first thing that happens is I get knifed by Paco.
It's gonna happen.
So, yeah, it happened. I think I got knifed again, and so I walk off the field. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to sit here in this beating frenzy, getting shanked every time I find a coin. So I went and hung out, went and looked for coins on the field or off field, found a couple, and I scoured a lot of areas. Sorry for the lighting, guys. I scoured a ton of areas and ended up not finding very many. So I mean, honestly, I waited for Paco to go home. And so around midnight, I get out and I saw that Tony and Austin were up. So I asked them if they want to do some shenanigans. So we went out at midnight and we scoured the entire off field, found a few more coins, and then we went on field and we searched meticulously everywhere. Castle grounds, over by the prison or whatever, the octagon, by the castle, all the way down to Tank Road, all the way to the pond, wrapped around, went back through the castle, through Cathedral, until probably about 2:30 in the morning. We ended up finding about 16 coins overall. And Austin was that dude was amazing at finding coin.
Yeah.
Austin
was on everything all weekend. He was
all weekend.
He should have got Night Stalker. But
yeah, well, we know how all the awards go. They're never.
We tried to explain to him it's never going to happen, but
no, he'll get a separate award for me. I'm still just trying to decide what the name of that is. Him and Tony. It'll be probably the Gold Digger. Either the Gold Digger Award or something similar.
The Greedy Leprechaun Award.
Greedy Leprechaun Award, yeah.
It's not Costco, Mike. That's Walmart. He's
no, this is Costco. Walmart headquarters is a lot smaller than Costco. We don't quite have our warehouse built out yet. I mean, it's huge, but it's a lot more empty, and we don't really have customers at the moment. So we did that. I was pretty tired, so that led into it. So it turns out having 16 coins wasn't that consequential. So it really drained me Saturday, and I didn't realize how grueling these stupid they're not stupid. I mean that in a good way, but all the role playing missions were. It was pretty brutal.
They weren't stupid. They were just like taxing.
All of them.
Chad puts thought into all his stuff. It wasn't like go here, go like point A to point B, grab the item, bring it back to point A. It was like take this wagon and sell shit.
So I played the role of Little John. We had a few other characters. And I had to, my first mission Saturday morning, I had to look for, I had to cross enemy lines and get the red team, two of the red role players to meet with me and convince one of them to use their skill to rob Robin of whatever goal he had. And so the ability is called Footprint.
Were you convinced you had me run back and forth across the field to bring snacks and try to rob Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that kind of
sorry about that, Robin. I didn't know I didn't know I was bait.
I'm not sorry.
I shot Eli.
So yeah. So I had to go get them. I accidentally pulled Robin in, and he wasn't supposed to know. So I almoed queued him in. So I paid him a gold to go away, And I'm like, oh, it turns out I didn't need you. Really sorry. Here's a gold. And so he walked away happy with a piece of gold. Dude, I used gold. I didn't use my powers once this weekend. Not a single time. But I used gold freely. I what?
Yeah, you were very excited to use your shove, and then I never once got shoved out of a building.
No, because it just wasn't that. I didn't want to spend the gold. Gold was much more effective getting other role players on the other team to do what I wanted than it was, or to push them away, than it was using shove for laps. I wanted to, but once I started getting mentally and physically drained by these toiling missions, I stopped being enthusiastic for that stuff. So the first mission I had to get these guys, so I went and got them, set them up for a meeting, and they wanted, we negotiated what we had to pay. I had to pay them 20 gold plus 3 gold for their casting of Pilfer. More gold. So we had to get them 23 gold. I gave more gold. I gave them everything I had, like 11 gold, and then we had to go find a bunch. And so we scoured, and finally, Echo, across the radios, we were told that Robin wanted snacks. So I'm like, well, let's get him snacks. Like, well, how much gold do you want? 10 gold. So we finally, I think 15 minutes later, Echo's running up with a bag of like Funyuns
and Funyuns,
actual legit snacks, not meat sticks.
People just raided the bunkhouse and took all the good stuff.
Right.
And
so yeah.
We later found out that there was fake snacks on the field.
Right. And so you went up, and what happened when you went up there?
I tried to convince Robin to buy all the snacks for me for 10 gold. Well, I convinced him to buy the snacks, and then I told him the price. After the Merrymen were trying to convince him to, they wanted the snacks because they were hungry. But I told him 10 gold, and as soon as I said that, there was no haggling, no like bargaining, nothing. They just left. They're just like, no, we're out. I was like, oh well, I'm standing here with a Walmart bag full of food now, no gun.
So while you're doing that, we had the 2 red role players from Dominion parked up by Loxley, far enough away that the other team didn't suspect anything. Or that Robin didn't suspect anything, but we had people escorting them so they didn't just get shot by well-meaning, misguided blue players. So you run up, you're like, they didn't want any gold. I'm like, and we had already made the exchange, so I gave them almost everything they wanted and promised to give them 2 gold later when I had it. And so they're like, deal. So I paid them everything we had. And they're like, well, how are we going to get to him? Because he's hauling ass that way with 2 or 3 of his guys. I'm like, I got you. So I grabbed the Funyuns from Echo, and I ran up to them. I'm like, Robin, we messed up. Look. And I'm shaking the bag, and I'm just like trying to keep his attention focused on that, all of his guys, so they're not focusing on the red role players ready to pilfer him. And so like I pull up, I'm like, look, we messed up. We did want this, but it turns out that's a bit greedy. So here's this. You guys can just have it. And so I'm like, we've got Funyuns, and I'm like going through everything, and they're just trying to like keep stalling. And I'm like, oh, can I have this meat stick? So I grab the meat stick out of it, and they're like, sure. I start eating it right there. So we got them. We got us Funyuns, and as he's looking at it, the 2 red guys, and I can't remember the role players' names, but they pilfered him, and he had no idea. He had no idea that I completely used that as a means to complete my stuff. So he
does now. Frank, would you like to talk about being betrayed by Eli? Now that Eli has lost connection again. Bringing it back
better?
up.
You
Bring
gotta
some
come
back up.
Gotta come back to me.
Are we there? Can you see me?
We can. And Frank is now aware that you have betrayed him.
You want to get Frank
Oh,
in here?
he already knows. He already knows. If he hadn't given,
Yeah,
oh,
let's get Frank a link.
Yeah, get Frank. Yeah, I'll get Frank
Like-
in here. You gonna get him the link, or you need me to get it to him?
You give it to him. I don't think we are friends because I don't friend
All right.
anybody.
I got him. Yeah, get Frank in here if he can. That way he can talk about his role as
Moose,
Robin.
I sent you an invite. If you
well,
want
let's
to get
talk
in here.
about his role when he wasn't Robin.
Oh, let's talk about it, Eli.
Well, let's wait for him to get on, and then we can talk about his lack of Robinness. So, he lost his role player card. And we found it at midnight.
I don't think he wants to talk about that.
Oh no, he wants to talk about it. So completely lost it. And we found it. Austin found it, or maybe you did. I can't remember. And they're like, "Is this important?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is important."
That was Austin. I was not there.
Hey, look, yeah, that was Austin. He said this important. Yeah, this is very important here, sir.
Yeah. So I'm like, I waited till the morning. Asked Chad hypothetically how important it is to keep our cards from playing that it was me that lost it. And so he's trying to find a way to make it work if I had lost my card. And I'm like, what if Robin lost it? And you can just see his eyes think he's like, well, then it's different. I'm like, what? So I talked to Joe, told Joe about it, and I'm like, we need to upstage him. I need to at least try to usurp him on the stage. And so, Joe is razzing him all morning about losing his card. Didn't tell him who had it. And I tried setting up my own counterfeit Merry Men with Mutants and a few others. And so we're up on the orientation, and once they introduce Robin and he's supposed to say something, I interrupt him. I say, he's not the real Robin. I am. Chad was having none of it. Hi, Chad.
That went over not well.
It did not go well. That was shut down hard.
Going, Chad.
What's up, Chad? So what was going through your mind when you realized that Frank lost his role player card? Was it just like, crap?
Well, luckily his superpowers came in the form of scrolls and not his player cards, so he still could use his superpowers, but technically he wouldn't be Robin Hood.
Technically.
He'd just be Robin.
Should have let me run with it.
Yeah, but the only person that would have believed you was Frank.
That's okay. I gave it back to him.
Yeah, he figured that out pretty quick.
Yeah.
That happened, Friday
so,
night you found that card?
Yeah, Friday night during our midnight searching for more gold.
Did you at least tax him some gold for the card back, or what?
I think he gave me 1 gold.
1 gold?
1 gold for his trouble.
Wow.
For his trouble. I was good to him.
I don't think the people behind you in line are very interested in your phone call right now.
And my call?
Yeah, there's people just staring at you. Anyways, Chad,
Okay.
how's it going?
Nice.
What game are you getting ready for now?
Just working in the yard today,
Nice. I don't know if you were on here in the beginning, but I owe you for a cloak. I definitely stole the Cloak of Shadows.
Oh, it's okay.
I brought that home and the card.
Yeah, I think I only
some
made it
reason-
back with 10 pieces of gold out of 200, so definitely some souvenirs went out this weekend.
I definitely don't have 2 of those.
So
Well,
how did that go for you? I heard you did find the Cloak of Shadows and used it.
Yeah, I found it. Did not read the card correctly. Convinced the ref to give me the power that I wasn't supposed to have. Used the power of a hired assassin, even though I wasn't a hired assassin, and teleported to a tower. Got shot a couple times. Shot some people. It was fun.
Okay.
I got shot basically every corner walking into the castle, even though I was with a ref. Me and the ref were shot every step of the way. So by the time I got there, I'd already been hit about 8 times. And then me and Paco got into our close range battle.
How'd that go with Paco?
He got shot and didn't call himself out. So, Paco.
Paco?
Boo.
Waiting to see his response.
Thank you. You did.
But yeah, that was the most exciting part I had. The only prop I found. I never found a gold coin, but I'm not good at looking for those when I'm walking around without glasses on.
I never found my weightlifter's belt, unfortunately.
Oh, it was out there. It was definitely out there.
Oh, someone else found it.
What was your weightlifter's belt? Oh, he's muted.
I'm pushing a cart, so it's gonna rattle. It allowed me to shove 10 people instead of just one. But honestly, as soon as if I would have gotten it, somebody would have just sniped me anyways.
So I asked the question. Yeah, the God voice is here. Goddammit. Fuck you, Echo. Hey, Red
I can
Feather.
still take you out of here.
Do you know how many people use the powers? Like, did you get any? Like, how did that work? I like the dynamic, and I know where you got it from. I just want to know how many people actually used it.
So I personally watched 3 different people use their powers. Not the same person more than once, though.
Okay.
I think gold was a little too scarce, so people didn't really want to spend the gold on the skill so much.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, and
now there was some really useful skills, especially for the roleplay missions, but a lot of players didn't use them during the roleplay missions.
Okay. And is that one of the reasons why you say more gold next year, because you want people using those powers?
I definitely left a lot of situations open so they can kind of make those choices. I mean, they could completely ruin a whole mission with some of their powers, which is completely fine. But I mean, the way the missions worked out, you might have ruined your own mission using that power as well. But you didn't really know to the end of it.
Gotcha.
Like, do you have an example of a mission that could have been ruined by using a power?
No, it wasn't you, so he want to save it for the next time. God damn it!
Oh, come on, come on.
Well, at one point, the Blue Team commander had Starstruck, where all the players within 20 feet had stare at her and do nothing else but stare for 2 minutes. And like she could have potentially ran away with like all the loot and everything, but she like ran out the front door and saw a bunch of other players, I think, and like walked right back.
She got scared.
Castle.
She got scared. She should have ran. She should have pulled off field with that and then ran
I
to a
think she would have left out the back door. She would have been fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It would have been classic, but I think she was still trying to play the role and win favor with Robin. And I would have hauled ass with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wait, what was it? What was it?
Yeah, when was that?
So on Sunday, we got pulled into the castle for a dinner, and we were reenacting the scene with
I saw
Robin.
that. I saw the pictures of that. Okay, I saw the pictures of that. Okay.
So Robin comes. So we're all sitting there. Prince John, Rottingham, me, and Maid Marian, and Robin comes in with the pig, and we have to reenact the scene. And of course, Bobby's the one that has to do it. He had just watched it. I had just watched it to try to reenact it, and we had to like cue everybody move it forward. So they secure their deal, whatever that was, and then she uses Starstruck and grabs the pig, and time just keeps whittling away, and she like hesitates. And so, I mean, it was a classic moment where she could have completely disrupted that mission for everyone, and could have ran away. It would have been great.
Gotcha.
Trying to see if I can find a picture of that.
No, it's really funny to hear like different parts of the stories, because like I know everything, but it's kind of funny like hearing what you guys don't know and what you do know. So like that mission was part of the third faction's like side quest. So they had 3 side quests to complete throughout like the whole weekend. Frank knocked out the first 2 like almost immediately day 1. And then the third quest, he had to get all the role players that were in the Robin Hood Men in Tights movie, get them all together and reenact the whole feast scene from the movie. And then the more accurate they did the scene from the movie, the better chances I would give them at making up their own superpower.
Gotcha. So to your point, had she used her power and destroyed that mission, that would have messed up that aspect of it.
Well, I mean, at that point they've already finished the whole scene, so she kind
Oh,
of
okay.
like could have used it as like a good escape route. That would have been cool.
Gotcha. Okay. See, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm just mad I wasn't there, man. That's all.
Oh, it's okay. I understand.
I'm trying to think. How did the night portion go? I mean, how did the props work for you from a producer standpoint?
So the props were pretty good. So we pretty much had like a light box that would get screwed to like a doorway for like a building, and you couldn't interact with like the chain that blocks that doorway off without putting the key inside that light box that had like the matching shape or the matching light to that light box.
Okay.
So I think it worked out pretty smooth. I kind of tried to hit the slapstick, so you had to go in the buildings or like up the stairs, so you couldn't just see what color they were like from the outside of the building. So they kind of made teams like move the keys around a lot and go back and forth and double check all their slapsticks because there was multiple keys per building, and someone could have just snuck up and changed it while you were looking.
Okay. What'd he say? Frank said we took 3 or 4 keys and ended up getting barrel tag. That's what Frank said. Okay.
I did not play night play.
I'm trying to think what else.
On the knees.
He said feels like that changed a lot for night play.
I feel like we had 50 players going into it, and that's a pretty good, decent turnout for night play. I feel like.
Yeah.
How did the scoring go throughout the different sessions? Because I know after the first session, red team was winning like -200 and -900 or something like that.
Yeah, this one's like the most complicated game for our scorekeeping because like a lot of times like the teams are in the negative just because of the taxes. I want to say like the first section, like both teams weren't really getting a whole lot of missions done besides that first one. So that was really you guys on income, and it was pretty much just like pure debt those first sections or two. But I will say it was back and forth, and I'm not sure if it was because when you guys switched sides, you guys had an easier time on one side. But like it did notice at every section that you guys played that the score flip flopped by like a huge lead.
Interesting. What if I was just like, well, like for the second session, I know blue team was making a point to turn every slapstick red. That because we figured out that they had turned some of ours blue or turned some of theirs blue, and that had taxed us more than what we had thought we were getting taxed.
Yeah.
At least, and so I know we did that, and I'm not sure how the night play went. I know we had people out there doing work, but I was not.
Well, night play was just pure points gain, so you guys didn't have to deal with taxes or anything like that. It was just like a slapstick gain and mission gain for points. Which gave blue team like a pretty hard lead. Blue team definitely dominated the night play for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Austin was out there and Content was out there. Not sure who else was out playing, but we were cheering for them.
From watching the fight.
Yeah, we put some paint pods. Like, have fun.
That's what I plan on doing when I come back. I'm gonna go back. Like I told them, Chad, when I come back and I'm at the field, I'm gonna be the pod bitch. I'm gonna be filling their pods, limping over to get their air and this, that, and the other. So I'm gonna make sure they good. That's gonna be my contribution to the team.
So what's your recovery time looking on that?
An Achilles is a year. So I'm done for the season from playing.
And that's if you actually take it easy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not. One thing I don't play about that. So I will follow every rule they tell me to follow up until he say I can go back to my activities. So that's the only thing. That's probably one of the only things that I 100% follow the rules on. No questions asked, and that's the health.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting realistically with the way I know my body. I know I'm getting older. I get all that stuff, but I'm expecting to be back kind of a folder personally. I'm expecting that November game to be my first game when I step foot back on the field, like as a player.
After yours, yeah. And Mike, yeah, Mutants are working as refs for that one.
Yeah, that's their one job for that one.
We're not allowed to play in that one. Dad said no.
Yeah, they're not playing. Yeah, nope. I'll be dad for that one. Yep, Dad said no.
Oh, he's back. He's in the car.
I'm back.
Oh, I'm already back out. I forgot.
Get out of here, Guru.
What did I miss? Dad said no what?
That mutants aren't allowed to play at the Mutant Warfare game.
Oh, that's a bummer.
We'll be reffing. So somebody else will have a chance to win Mofo. Be exciting.
That'd be cool.
So Paco's going to win the Mofo? Is that what's going down?
I think I'm going to put my bet on Lacey, unless Lacey's reffing.
Ooh, I think Lacey's playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
I put Lacey on Mofo.
Last I heard.
Yes, Lacey's playing, people. Yeah. Lacey's playing. I'm not making, like I said, everybody who typically refs get to play. I'm making this so that they can play.
We'll still have a ref with a beard. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Right. But
Did you hear that?
Lacey,
voice?
listen, Lacey gives up. Lacey is Chad's. That's his guy. And I know Lacey likes to play certain events, so this is going to be one game. Lacey wants to play Chad's games or my game, but he can't play Chad's game, so he get to play mine. But Chad, I'm telling you this now: if I get healthy enough and I get good enough, we'll let Lacey play one of your events. I'll take his spot.
Well, the
I'm
problem
looking at
is
it
right now, the only games he'll play are your games. I can't get him to come play paintball games with me, but of course he works my games. But yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
like
So
he won't come
swap.
play paintball with me unless it's your game.
Really? Okay. Well, like I said, I want him to be able to play one of yours. So again, we'll swap, and you'll put somebody else in his spot that know your game. I'll ref that way he can play your event.
I'd ref a Red Feather game. It'd be fun.
Oh yeah, what mission ref did you guys have? You had Eddie or Lacey?
We had Lacey.
We had Lacey. He was awesome.
So like I found out like a couple days after the event that my mission ref Eddie was trying to ref 3 missions at once, like the entire weekend. So like we saw him at the end of the day and he's like passing out, like forgetting stuff, and we're like, dude, did you not sleep enough hours last night? Like what's going on? He's like, nope, just running around doing my job. And I'm like, okay. And I've come to find out he's literally running from one end of Shiro to the other, trying to ref 3 missions all at once.
Man, that's rough.
Sure, it's not the place to be doing that. That's too much running. I learned that running snacks for somebody that didn't eat snacks. It was a light jog.
Yeah,
there was no running involved.
That was the perfect setup to complete that mission, though. Even though you didn't get the gold, the setup of you wanting that, and then me coming in and saying, "Hey, we messed up," set up the mission.
It worked too, because like I had talked to Frank as Robin a couple times on the field and was like friendly with him, and had talked to them. He tried to get them. They helped us fight Red when Red was trying to go to Loxley Hall at one point. And so we had already had that established. And so they were willing to listen to me bullshit them about food.
Yeah. Every now and then I'd just walk up and I'd hand Frank gold. Just like, here's a gold for your trouble. Doesn't matter what it was.
I saw 2 gold. They went in my pocket and I kept them.
I didn't. That was the other thing, is the threat of losing gold if you had too much on you to use powers. If you got killed by someone and you had to drop it, it made it so it was a scarce resource. I think it would be that way no matter if you quadruple the gold amount.
Wait. But so how does that work? If you had gold on you and you died, you had to drop it even if they didn't know you had gold on you?
If you were knife killed, I believe you had to drop your gold. If I'm not
knife
mistaken.
killed, I get. Knife killed, I get. But I'm saying like if I'm shot with he left. If I'm shot with a paintball across the field, so to say, like do I gotta drop my
from certain players?
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So Paco was right there because if he shot you, you had to drop your gold, or maybe it was Robin. I can't remember. Whichever one was the real threat there. And it's enough of a threat that if you're not paying attention and you're hoarding gold, I mean, you've just lost a bunch, and that hurts your team economy more than anything. So
there we go.
But I think having 200 gold sounds like a lot, but in practice, for that size of a field and that number of players, it doesn't go very far.
No, it was like I didn't even see any gold when we were on the field. Mine was all off-field transactions.
Jeez.
And here's Robin Hood himself. How's it going, Frank?
That's me. No, not much.
That is. Oh, there's a puppy.
Do you see the caption on mine? Mine says the real Robin.
One
Just want to point that out. I freely gave up my Robinness after after the Saturday morning rituals.
You didn't have the cloak though. You needed the cloak.
Yeah, I had
like
my
I said,
really poorly.
hey, listen, the shit that
Man, I could have gave you my
looked
cloak.
badass. Frank looked badass in his costume, like for real. I was like, yo, like
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was you guys' camo worked great with the
yes,
freaking hoods.
yes.
It was cool.
Perfect.
I was a little jealous.
Perfect.
Yeah, it did look pretty intimidating for sure.
Us too.
And it was cool that you guys all like had your camo and stuff because it was so easy to pick you out. Like, oh, there's the Merry Men, because you guys all looked the same. It wasn't like everyone wearing different jerseys and colors and things.
What happened with the bow and arrow contest?
Oh yeah.
What happened with the bow and arrow? Because I saw that shit look cool as hell
Frank
too.
Frank got lucky.
First,
That's
who
what
had
happened.
the bow and arrow? Who had the bow and arrow first?
Isn't that
Who's
Chad?
that? That's your shit.
Oh,
That's
that
your
was mine.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm about.
yeah.
It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah,
his.
there it is.
I was like, that got to be his. But
Jazz.
okay. So what happened?
So we were pulled.
Like,
we were pulled in.
Okay. Oh, it was him. I'm like, what the hell happened?
We lost Eli.
One of their characters,
There you
Filthy
go.
something.
Neb, I sent you a link if you want to get in here too.
We were sent in where we all had to compete. So 3 of us had to compete, and so we were given like 10 practice shots, and then
the recreation of the Men in Tights, right? Recreation of that, right, Brett, Chad?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yep.
All right.
Pretty much, yeah.
I get the pictures.
So, yeah, so all of us were kind of all over the place, but Frank was consistently more all over the place at first. And then he gets one lucky damn shot, almost in the center. And I'm just like, one lucky shot. And the rest are off the freaking thing. I think he got one, actually, of the 3 shots he got, I think that was the only one that actually hit, or one was off base. And the next ones were 2 of mine in the
went off at the same time and hit the same area.
Yeah, he double feeded that last shot.
What were you using that for? He said he double feeded. Right?
On that last
shot, right? The last shot?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the winning shot though.
Oh, that was the winning shot too. God damn. So the winning shot was the shot. So what were you?
I will allege that it was a lucky shot, but Frank,
what was it though? Like Chad, what I'm saying, like was that just like a one-time thing, or did they have to keep going back, or was that just like part of the role play as the story progressed?
So the archery contest, blue team had to go participate, red team had to go participate. Robin Hood didn't have to go, so they really had to make sure that it was worth his time to go. Blue team wanted a certain outcome at the end of the archery contest, and red team wanted a slightly different outcome. Red team got to choose, though, between 2 different outcomes, and one of those outcomes would have failed the mission for blue team, or it would have gave them a completed mission for blue team. And I'm pretty sure you guys got that one complete, right?
I can't remember what the mission outcome was.
Your mission parameters were to make sure Robin Hood leaves safely from the archery contest, no matter what happens. Red team had to choose if they were going to assassinate either you, Little John, Robin Hood's best friend, or they were going to assassinate Robin Hood.
Yeah, they got me, and they fist bumped after they did it. I was just like, you dirty, dirty people. I'm just sitting there afterwards, looking at the damn the target. I'm like, I can't believe he got that shot. I cannot believe he got that shot. And then the next thing I know is, I thought they were just coming over to chat, but no, they just stabbed him there and they're like, we got him. And he runs back over to his buddy, I think it's his brother, and they fist bump each other. I'm just like, you murdered me. I helped you do all these things and you murdered me. And so I was a little salty, not really, but I was a little salty after that and sad. But yeah, so their mission, Red's mission, was to, if they didn't win the competition, they had to murder me or Robin, and they didn't want to make Robin mad. And they had this really big moral debate because I had really helped them complete their mission earlier with the pilfer thing, because I walked over, crossed enemy lines, escorted them back over, escorted them after we both completed our mission. And so they're like, oh, he's so nice. We don't want to do this, but we have to. So they felt like this moral guilt for doing this to me because I was so nice to them up to that point.
Oh, that's nice, but yeah, you would have died.
Well, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. How I was writing those
I was
missions.
a dead man. I was a dead man.
Yeah. They would have died. They would have died.
So I asked Chad later. I'm like, so since I was murdered, does my character exist anymore? And it did. So apparently, like, they just, in this world of Robin Hood, when you die, you actually, a clone just replaces you with your memories.
That works. I like it.
Found it.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's a badass picture too.
Hell yeah.
That's
Whatever.
Credit of Busted Baller.
Aimed wrong.
Oh, that's Busted Ball. Okay, because I thought.
Yes, it
okay,
is.
cool.
Yeah, it's aimed wrong.
I went.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Busted Baller didn't take a picture of me.
He did not.
I
Nope.
thought.
Do you want to talk about that?
Eagle Scout. You look at Eagle
don't
Scout.
care. Just let
Eagle
it
Scout got it.
Eagle Scout got me. Yep.
Yeah, Eagle
Yep.
Scout.
There's
got
no pictures of the. He just didn't have the archery competition.
Not the whole thing, but like I said, I think Eagle Scout has it from his angle. You can kind of see what they're shooting at too.
Oh,
That's-
I just flashed through his albums. I did not see it.
Yeah,
there.
I went through his album and I saw it, and that's what drew my attention to it because I saw Frank had the bow and arrow because Frank had showed, and I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's a dope ass picture. And then I saw they were actually shooting at something, and I was like, oh shit, there's even more going on. So that's cool. So yeah, I
feel like Robin Hood should have to use the bow and arrow the entire weekend next time.
Oh, Robin's bow. That thing is dope. I need to get one.
Yeah.
That thing is better than scenario slugs.
The bow.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. I seen the bow a couple years ago, and I saw a guy using it. And I'm like, how? So I don't understand how that works. So again, I don't want to.
Well, no. Frank's own foam bow.
Oh, okay.
He handed that to me. I'm like, hey, can I shoot it? He's like, sure. So I launched that thing on top of on top of one of Joe's roofs.
Oh damn.
On his house. So we had to get Joe to come get it off. It was awesome.
We didn't want to fall through the roof.
Right.
Right.
That's what's. I'm trying to think of anything else I saw. Or what else? What else happened, y'all? Come on now. I ain't been there, so y'all
got Moose in here. So
one thing,
ref's perspective.
One thing I want to add to the archer competition. I think that was super cool, and I mean, you probably don't have the manpower to do this, but I think an actual having something where you have that throughout the weekend, where it's some sort of competition going, would be
come
like
by and shoot.
Primo, shoot it. Pay gold to shoot or something. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. But I think that would be badass. That was one thing that I would have loved to have done.
What about win gold? What about you pay gold and then if you
pay $1 for 3 shots?
Yes.
And you can win gold.
Yeah, you pay gold for that. I think that would be super cool. And you just have that permanently there if you have the manpower. But the manpower dictates all of that and your own vision of how that was cool. But that was the only thing. I wanted to shoot that thing all weekend. Because I didn't want to lose. I wanted to get a win on that, but
Well, I think something like outside, like how we had that activity Friday, maybe we'll add something like that in there for our Saturday evening for the people that don't want to do night play.
There you go.
Well, okay. What was there? What was Friday? What was going on Friday?
Coin hunting.
Oh, the hunting. Gotcha. The hunt. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
The great coin hunt and murders.
See, I didn't know.
There's weapons out there too. You had to find them.
There's who?
There was weapons out there too. You had to
Right.
find them.
So Chad, I am like I said, I didn't know you was doing that portion of it because so what I'm doing, I'm kind of doing the same thing, but I'm using. Let me see. Hold on. Turn my camera back on real quick. So they just landed, by the way, too. But I got Bitcoin coins, right?
Yeah, that's so good.
That's going to be a currency, a form of currency for my game. I just ain't, it ain't, like I said, those details just ain't came out yet, but I'm sorting them now. I got bronze, silver, and gold. You can drop me back now. Or I kill my camera. Hold on.
I hope you're going to make a lot of them. We did 200 of those metal coins, and I probably could have used 400 of them.
Really? Oh, yeah. I definitely got that.
1,000.
I didn't make those. I bought these. So if I need more, I have to figure something out.
Matt, if you want, I can donate some Walmart bucks to your game.
Walmart bucks. I think I got enough mutant money, bro.
Yeah, but mine's worth more. It's got a higher, stronger currency. So.
Yeah, I ain't get to steal nothing from you this time, Chad. So it's okay. I ain't get to take no props home from the game for me.
I don't typically steal props, but I had to steal the cloak this time.
He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows at least one is gonna be gone from me. Most typically it's a mission. Typically for me it's
I'll send you an Amazon gift card.
Well, the mission cards are meant to go home with somebody. I mean that's cool. As long as you get it done now.
Right. I mean, that's the only way I'm taking it. Only way I'm taking it if I complete it. If I complete the mission, I'm taking it. If I don't complete it, I ain't nothing I can do with it. I ain't trying to take nobody's glory.
Lacey would be more than happy to swoop up that failed mission from you.
Huh?
Said Lacey will be more than happy to take that failed mission from you.
Right. Exactly. Let me holler at that because he gonna take it. Come on, Echo. Yeah, come on, Moose. From a ref perspective, Moose. How were the chasing players down for snipes?
Honestly, I got a lot more people arguing with me over, well, how did he see me? I can't see him. Well, no kidding, dude. That's kind of the point of a sniper. You're not supposed to see him. Like, he wouldn't be a very good sniper if you saw him. Now, would he?
I got sniped so many times on Sunday.
Yeah, you are a lot quicker than I expected, Eli.
Fuck yeah, ain't he? Motherfucker chase me around. Motherfucker, all you see is this motherfucker. I think I got ghosts. I look back and it's his ass. Boom, 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 boom. Like, what the fuck? Why you still chasing me?
Props are amazing.
Yeah, listen. Red Feather, I know you know me and Eli talk. We had conversation. So we have every time we see your props, me and him both have prop envy. Like immediately we have prop envy. Immediately we get prop envy.
The trophies are crazy.
Well, I definitely think we spend a little bit too much time on them at some point. Like, there's definitely some times where like it's snowballed and snowballed and snowballed, and like they look cool. Like the end result looks cool. Like then we're like 5 weeks in on a project that took us like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know how that is. I mean, not with the props, because I will always have prop envy with what you do, but the creep and the time, I always underestimate how much time it takes to do certain things for mine.
Well, I almost built those barrels for this game, and then I looked up like how to make a barrel, and I don't think I'm on that level yet of like craftsmanship, so I just bought those barrels.
Yeah.
What barrel?
He had some wine barrels, and that was part of the mission to drag in the wagon. Let's see if I can find a picture of them. But like, look at this trophy. This thing is just
trash, by the way. But
I bet Echo took it.
That picture did turn out trash. Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go.
We're gonna re-download that one. I know what happens.
Yeah, but the trophy, like I said, the trophy is definitely. I mean, every time he make a trophy though, it's dope as shit. Though we always said that.
And then thanks to Eli, we got to order a third 3D printer now. He kind of talked us into another one over the weekend.
you getting the one he got too, ain't you?
Yeah, that bamboo. It sounds great.
Yep.
There. Quality picture.
We've been using that Ender 3 for a while now, and it's cool. You know, it was a cool entry level one to get our toes wet, but like we're tired of working on the machine.
Yeah. I might be ready for an upgrade for my Ender 3 as well. I love it. It prints most things perfectly, but I'm ready for something that's a little more press and walk away.
Well, we bought an Elegoo resin printer, and that's going to be doing okay. The prints are a little brittle, though, so we're going to try some different resin to go in them.
Not messed with the resin printers yet. I'm interested to one day.
I feel like the detail is way better, and like I feel like so far we have a nicer resin printer, so it's like less chance for it to mess up. But we still got to mess around with different resin types. But someone was telling us over the weekend that you can just mix like a couple of different types of the resin together, and it'll be like a little bit more givable. It won't be so brittle. So we're going to try that coming up.
I haven't messed with resin yet. I've just been doing filament-based printers. But yeah, the bamboo has been great, and it's kind of helped me guide on my other printers on what you can push and what you can't. So, I mean, the rapid prototyping I did for scenario slugs happened because I was able to quickly churn out a piece that didn't quite fit, and so I'd adjust and then reprint until I got what I needed. So I was able to do that fairly rapidly compared to waiting 2 to 6 hours for a part to finish a small one, and up to 12 hours for something larger.
So the scenario slugs worked out good over the weekend, I feel like.
Yeah, I do too.
Like,
I mean,
I'd like to see a mission involved with those, like something a little bit more specific, so we can kind of like see what they do more. Like, we kind of just like gave a person to test it on each team and kind of like see how it went, kind of winged it for the weekend, and it went smooth, no problems. But I'd like to see like focused what they can do, you know.
I think, well, they were designed to shoot at players, so you would have to have a mission, especially if it's Robin Hood based, where they act as like a bow. So in my view, if I'm creating one that is shooting these and they're as intended, I'm gonna like 3D print a bow looking attachment to an EMEC, or just make the bow look like, or EMEC look like a bow, and then it's shooting scenario slugs out of it as a proxy for bows or for arrows. Or crossbow really would probably be the better analogy. And so it would be, in my view, something like that, where you have people shooting crossbows at each other instead of just doing AT. And I think the AT role is cool, and it does provide a stopgap for a lot of players that can't or don't want to spend $600 on a launcher, and they don't want to have to tote it around. But
we gotta create a barrel to put that on his bow.
Actually, I was thinking about that when I saw that. So I just need to know the threads of that barrel, and it can be done.
It's spider thread.
Perfect. I have a ton of spiders. Bet. On
Well,
it, Chad.
That's gonna be awesome.
On it. Yep, that's gonna happen now. But it's all for me. That's how I view it, is for scenario players to shoot at scenario players in specific roles, but everyone else sees it as the AT potential, and I'm okay selling it to whoever. But I decided to let that be a producer problem, not me gatekeeping people from using it how they want.
Yeah. I mean, I think for now, using it as part of the game would be a good option. Because I know we got a handful of people up here that bought them from you. Like, how many did you sell over the weekend?
So I made about 100. How many did I make? I made a lot. I sold out. So I want to say I made about 100 slugs, but it could have been right in there. So 7. Probably, maybe I made less than that, but I know I sold about 12 to 14 kits overall, the equivalent of that. And a lot of you guys bought them. I mean, Moose bought one, Bobby bought one, Paco bought one, Lacey bought one, Sticky from In Contempt bought one. And then I had people, Joe let me just shoot it across the field. So I would pull people in. I'd be like, hey, here's a Walmart sticker. And then I would, to my table, and then I would have them shoot each other with it, and then I'd have them shoot across the grass. And that was, I did that to a group, and 3 of them bought it right there. They just handed me cash and like, sold. Oh, Ron and Candace each bought one. Well, Ron bought both of them, but
Cynthia saying that 3 Zoo members bought it, and I know. Yep. So there you go.
So I have a new attachment. I wasn't happy with one of the things I noticed in active playtesting. Both me and Sticky broke. We over torqued the barrel, and mine snapped, and his snapped. So I gave him a replacement, but I have a new thread that I created this week, and so that's going to go out to people that request it, and it's actually going to be the full barrel. So anybody that bought one, you're basically getting a new one if you request it. And this is reverse threaded, and it's large threads. So instead of taking, a bunch of turns to do it, it's like a turn and a half, and it's on.
So like a Tippin 98 almost.
Yeah.
Almost, but almost like a Tippin 98. But it's smooth. It's self-guiding.
That would be fun, Paco.
Yes, actually,
that'd be a lot of fun.
Listen, hold on, Echo. They're gonna be in the gulag, so they're gonna be in the gulag. They're being used in my gulag for my game. So
I had a guy in Phoenix. He bought my first set. I made like 70. Him and his buddy bought 45 of them. He bought
Matt,
35.
just turn his camera on.
What?
Tell Matt to turn his camera back on.
Yeah, voice of God. Where's that coming from? We need a speaker. We need like a separate sound line format when he's on audio.
If you want.
No.
Bye,
no. Don't kick God out. But yeah, that's going to be a big thing is people playing on these in speedball. They're absolutely going to use them on airball fields, and it's pretty awesome. So my next vending, I'm planning on going out to a 140 player tourney next weekend in SoCal. And I haven't started production yet, but I'm going to set up a booth there and see how these guys take it. One of the teams I legitimately sponsor is called Silly Bananas, and so I'm making a banana-colored scenario slug. So it'll be brown ring with yellow foam. It's stupid. It's all dumb. All of it. Everything's dumb.
Anyways, Moose.
Yes.
Anything about the game from the ref's perspective? Back to what we were supposed to be talking about. I've lost control of the show.
No, you didn't.
From what I saw, not really. I mean, a lot of those refs were really new, so I was actually surprised we didn't have a lot more problems. It went relatively smooth as far as I could tell. I mean, I don't know how if Chad feels the same way, if the reffing was smooth, because I know him having his own refs that take care of things, it usually is a lot smoother for the game.
Well, my refs only really deal with the missions and kind of like the upkeep of like keeping the game rolling behind the scenes. Like, don't need capable zone refs. I mean, that definitely shines all the way around the game. We could use a few more refs, but I think everything went so smooth that those refs that we did have, like, took care of the situation just fine. I know Frank and his guys are playing pretty upstanding, and I did have a talk with them and asked them if they can kind of like help me out and make sure the game went smooth as far as the rules and the role players go. And the role players, for the most part, were pretty courteous with each other too.
Mostly.
Well, I mean, like, you were the good guys, and they were supposed to stab you in the back as many chances as they had. So they did the right thing.
You know what? They didn't, because I just gave them gold enough to keep them off my back. So So I traded my life many times with gold.
Well, that sounds like it's in their character.
It is, yeah. I mean, so the only
I would definitely say more gold.
The only time that I noticed a lack of reffing where it like stood out was at the final mission, where we saved up like 15 sniper cards, and we needed, and it was just like Sniper City assaulting the castle. I mean, you couldn't have had enough reffing the number of sniper punches we were throwing at each other. And so that was pretty entertaining. So we're just sitting there, and I had most of the cards, and I kept getting sniped. So we started just distributing them, and I wish I had done that sooner. I just didn't want to run out, because my mission was to rescue Maid Marian. We had to make it to the second level of the castle and rescue Maid Marian from her captors. And if I had distributed all of the cards quicker, I think we may have been able to get through maybe 10 minutes earlier than we would have. We were starting to make Breach Across the Island bridge when the game ran out. So yeah, we were close, but horseshoes and hand grenades, or whatever the equivalent Robin Hood equivalent is.
Paint bows and scenario slugs.
So yeah, so the sniper cards is new to me. I've never experienced that before. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed the power to point at some person that's annoying me or annoying our team and just say, He's dead. That
Sniper
person,
cards.
there's a description.
Sniper cards are so much fun when you have the sniper card. When
Yeah,
when you're being sniped, they should be removed from the game. Honestly, if I get sniped, it's the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah, I got sniped a lot.
We have to walk 20 minutes to like the battle line. You just get there and then you get sniped. I watched Tony Odinson drag around that 5-gallon wooden barrel like all the way up to the front line, and then get there and he's just about to set up, and then someone sniped him. He had to walk all the way back with it.
Yeah, I carried the.
They are, and I needed, and they're great. Like I said, when you I had 2 of them throughout the weekend, and one of them I found that had 2 punches in it, and I was like, well, I guess we got 3 punches to go. And then I was given, and it's just
I enjoyed sniper cards enough. I'm gonna implement them in my games.
Those have been around for quite a long time, actually.
I think like playing in the Midwest, like we've always kind of grew up around those. So like hearing that like someone else is not used to playing with them, I'm like, really? What?
Yeah, that shocked me as well.
Never played with them. I think we saw that at Deadlands a little bit, but it wasn't like this entire front line of arrows that we had on our side shooting, sniping the other team and having like this massive sniper battle. It was pretty cool. But we haven't experienced that. I mean, Scenario Paintball in Arizona died. It was dead for 5 years before I revived it. So you're dealing with someone who I haven't had that legacy of Viper or and Wayne Dalek or Spiro.
That's a good point.
I haven't had that legacy, and other events have dumbed down. The Cave Nations, I think, had sniper cards in the beginning, but they have dumbed down their stuff as well because the player base has gotten a little bit less about role playing and more about just winning. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I think some people complain about the sniper cards, but I think ultimately, like, they really like for a game that's not too many players per many acres of playing field. Like, it's a good way to move the battle line, so you guys aren't always the same sections.
Well, yeah, it's great when like the one tape line, the facing like the rec center and everything. It'd be times where like you can dig in there and just hold. You can have 3 people hold the other team from coming up past that road. And with the sniper card, I was like, okay, well, in the next 6 minutes, every 2 minutes, I'm going to take one of you out, and we were able to move that line without, spending 5 cases of paint.
On that same note, I do like the expendable mechanic of the MOS cards in general, where you can, you have your medic, but you deplete it after so many uses. You have your,
it's a tactic.
You have your launcher, but you have only so many uses, and it gets punched. I like that, because it does allow people to use it and save up and use a bunch of these strategically rather than just spamming until they're done, or spamming all weekend, or just not being able to use it. So I enjoyed those mechanics quite a lot.
One thing on like the special mechanics things, like there was definitely a difference when like using a sniper card with like Mark, who knew the rules, and like the refs that were kind of newer, and you could be like, oh, snipe those 2 guys over there. They're like, okay, punch. But then you give it to like a senior ref, and they're like, no, you have a 2-minute cooldown. You can wait.
Yeah, or Lacey,
describe what the guy looks like.
Or Lacey wants you to describe like his facial features and
what do they look like? What do they sound like? What's their favorite meal?
Yeah, what color is his eyes?
What do you think their name is? What do you think their name is?
Mole on their back.
Well, that's why I started calling out people that I knew. And that's
do you know
why
their social
if you're gonna
security
wear
number?
a skirt on the field, you're gonna be an easy target.
Oh, I mean, I usually wear stuff that makes me stand
you look
out.
like cotton candy, so it's not what you're getting away with.
I was such an easy target. I'm going to use ref camo next time.
Sunday, I threw on the camo mask so that way I couldn't get sniped by the guy in the pink mask.
Oh, mine's going to be the most generic. Mine's going to be the most generic stuff you could possibly wear. Probably even like t-shirt and jeans, just so that I don't look like the guy that would be sniped.
I did that commanding before, like swapped out gear. I think Paco swaps out his gear like 5 times throughout the weekend. So like, it's very doable.
I started doing that too.
If it's sweaty, I'll change my layers. I have enough jerseys to get her to.
No, like
several
Paco
times.
has disguises. Like he like goes from one disguise to the next disguise. So you guys are always guessing if it's Paco or not.
Paco can change gear like normal people fill pods. Just to,
that's
ridiculously fast.
Yeah, I mean, in their bunkhouse, I would go in and I would just laugh because I'm like, oh, there's another Paco change. There's another outfit.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell who had the better costume though. It's between for me at least, it's between Paco and Goya because Goya's costume looks sweet with that wig.
Goya spent some money on that costume. It looked sick. It looked good.
Let's see.
You should have had. I mean, we should have had best costume. There should have been one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how like well you guys were going to take the costume thing. To be honest, like in previous events, like some people, like some games, like Mad Max, we see a costume contest. It was popular for 2 years. Then the other 4 years, like people didn't even get dressed up. There was like one person that would get dressed up.
They should win it.
Yeah.
By default.
Well, I don't want to.
Sounds like a new EMEC
for a one contested contest.
Got to give
EMEC award.
EMEC for the best costume.
Full free entry to that field for a year. Plus an EMEC.
Oh, can we talk about that dude's AK he had out there?
That
was
Weltman.
Freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
That is
I was like, oh, that's cool. And then all of a sudden, then he like started firing and like the entire mechanism moved, and I was like, okay, that's freaking awesome. He chopped paint terribly though.
I think it was made in Czech Republic. Had to import it. He actually picked it up from the airport when they delivered it. And shit was not cheap.
I bet the thing was sweet.
Yeah. I didn't think that. I saw that circulating social media for several years, 2 or 3 years. I didn't think it was real. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have one. Here we go. And pretty badass.
He made a video on like all the things he had to do to get that thing. He went through quite a lot to get it.
He did customs. And
I bet.
The price. Yeah, the price was. I think it was definitely in the above the 2,000 range. He spent some money on it.
I say you can buy some. It's just standard paintball price, really.
Yeah, well, anybody that buys Hormesis headbands cannot complain about the cost of that.
Hey.
Just saying, shots fired.
Somebody's got to look pretty out there.
Sniper shots fired. Hey, Moose, can you go to his house and eliminate him from the?
I'm gonna need
stream.
I'm gonna need a better description than that guy.
I'm teleporting to Arizona here in a minute. Cheaper than a CS3. You damn right, Nab.
True.
Fucking gun. Well. We can look at cool pictures of me, and then I don't know. We can call it a night, boys.
Hey, what about cool pictures of me, man?
Yeah, well, look at cool pictures of me first.
Let's just do. let's just do the cool pictures.
Look at how cool I look.
Hey, I made it into one picture all weekend, and I was running to go freaking kill somebody for a sniper shot.
I made you run. I made you run all the way to my base.
Balmer EMEC on the field.
Lacey said he saw that. He said he saw you start running. He saw me running already and like kick it into overdrive. And then he's like, you could just see you shutting down. You just stopped.
And I taunted you. So you got like 40 feet away from me. And I'm like, come on, Moose. Come on. And he's like, just go tag back in.
Oh, it's John
Austin,
running
Gold
the new
Digger.
pump. Gold Digger.
Doesn't he need a nickname? I think it's.
I believe he was named John Wick at a White River game, and I don't really know the story behind that.
Does he have a jersey named John Wick? Because I propose a resolution among Mutant Paintball 313 as the main depositor into the Mutant Bank 313. That's where we hit our gold is in the Mutant bunkhouse because I shared a bunk with.
We're doing that next year.
I shared a bunk with with deplorables, and I just knew if I had any jingling in my pockets, they were fair game in the bunkhouse from Paco. So Mutant Bank 313 became my depositor, my place I deposited. But yeah, as your main depositor, I propose that that Austin become Gold Digger or Loston.
That was when he did not win the Night Stalker award, and someone said, "Sounds like Loston." We fucking lost our shit. I feel like Loston is a perfect nickname, and he's not here to say anything else because he's at work. So, Guru, what do you think? New nickname? Got it. Sold.
I'll make it happen.
What was that?
I said I'll make it happen. Oh, here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, stupid, man.
Yeah, you know it. Look, man, you just keep recovering. We're just gonna keep shenanigans going.
Tell me, I'm over here. Y'all got me talking about Jerry. I'm over here looking at what I gotta put in now.
Hashtag Loston.
So, since you're the only role player that kind of was worried about getting your stuff stolen, was that like the consensus of the rest of the role players too? You guys were worried about getting your stuff stolen all night?
All night.
Good.
Yeah, all night.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, yeah, I was paranoid. We actually had, so we got Loston, and I had Tony and Loston with me hunting for gold. And every time we got a couple, one of them would go up and deposit it in Mutant Bank 313. So they would go in, back all the way, walk off field, go all the way up to their bunkhouse, put it in, and come back. They were committed. Very committed.
Yeah,
because it was just like, I don't know.
2 pieces, put it away.
We had our flashlight out there. I'm sure we would have, if people were paying attention, we would have, they would have probably thought we had some gold on us, but nobody was dumb enough to go out till 3 a.m. Friday night. Only us. And actually, we searched everywhere, all over, off field, everywhere in the maintenance area. We tripped off the security cameras. So Kathy in the morning, she's like, "What the hell were you doing last night?" I'm like, "We're looking for gold." Yeah, I don't think that flew. I'm like, "Hey, the producer made us look for gold," and so I wanted to find more.
Were you looking up a lot? Because I feel like a lot of people weren't really looking above eye level.
I was looking up and around. I was looking below, but especially off field, I was looking up.
But Eli, is looking up really a big statement for you?
Oof.
I mean, what was that?
I'm just saying. I was gonna say Chad, like a lot. So who hid them up? Because if you're talking about Moose and Lacey, that's a different up for a lot of people.
Oh no, I was hiding them. I was just walking around hiding them when people were turning their backs all over the place. Like at one point, I started following Eli and hiding them right after he looked in certain areas.
It pissed me off.
I only actually hid one prop the whole weekend. Other than that, I was handing out fake stuff pretty much all weekend.
Big stuff. Yeah, when you told me that, Chad, I'm like, I just searched the entire premises. The only thing I didn't go into camping. I will.
Oh, okay. Eli's grounded.
Yeah, I'm grounded. No, I have to make a run in a minute. But yeah, I wasn't pissed, but I'm like, man, I just put all this effort in. I'm supposed to be chilling right now. I'm supposed to not be doing this. I need to eat too. So I was internally complaining, but it didn't matter. I was still committed, especially when I caught my second wind at midnight and I realized Paco was gone. I'm like, we're safe. There's no risk. Let's go.
It's hard to look for coins and Paco's lurking around the shadows with like 2 melee weapons ready to stick anyone that jingles.
Oh, I did that. After everyone left, I went back on the field around 9 o'clock, 8:39, and I get all the way to Cathedral, and I just heard some movement, and I'm using a flashlight, and then Paco comes up. He's like, "Ha ha! I got you!" I'm like, "Good thing I didn't find any coin." but I couldn't find coin because I was so stressed about people sneaking up behind me. And it happened. Yeah.
I think
Thanks.
when we first started that coin hunt, there was a good little melee in front of the castle, but I think after that it was like a lot of cloak and dagger, hiding in the shadows, waiting for victims type of stuff.
It was pretty much the night game before the night game, and I gotta say I complain about it, but I enjoyed it. And if you do that again, which I know you will, or I hope you will, a Friday night no paintball night game with cloak and dagger stuff was awesome. And like if you have melee out there like you did, I think that was a lot of fun, no doubt. That was a lot of fun. So doing more of that.
So Eli wants to LARP at Sherwood.
Doesn't everybody want to LARP at Sherwood?
Yes.
It seems that way.
Can we have a Friday night melee weapon war at Sherwood?
Okay, let's ask God. Can you hear us?
I'm gonna kick him out.
Friday event. Did you mute me?
Only for a moment. You're okay.
Oh, okay.
You actually muted him?
Yeah, I saw the alert pop up telling me I was muted. But no, Friday. So
Damn.
again, my Friday when you get there, the game is on. Just know that. Friday when you get there, the game is on. That's all I'm gonna say. So everything's open.
Cool. I'll bring my assassins since I can't go.
Well, I was gonna hit you guys with that way earlier, but like a lot of people didn't show up till 8 p.m. at night, so but it worked out.
I'm expecting the same thing too, Chad, but I'm just letting people know, hey, when you get there, game is on. So hey, just be prepared. If you behind the 8 ball, you behind the 8 ball.
Hey, so real question, Matt. So if I register and I can't go, and I have a proxy in my behalf, can they assassinate the game producer?
They can try.
Okay. All right.
Can the refs take that player's card if they try to assassinate the game producer? Because I will take your card.
Can it be a ref that does the assassination?
Oh, I can also be bought. So it goes either way.
Yeah, I think if anybody's, if anybody's going to be assassinated, it's going to be Echo right off the bat.
Fair enough.
First on the hit list.
I would expect nothing less.
I want to work to a third faction too, Chad. So I meant to pick your brain about that because I want to work to a third faction eventually. Not right now, not ready for that, but I want to work for that and see how that works out.
Spend more time picking the right people than anything else.
Okay.
I think that choice is more important than your commanders.
I'm with Harold on this one. You're banned from Sherwood events for a year.
Oh, Iguana Man, that's noted. Thank you for that input. I'll document that. Thank you.
But yeah, I agree with that one too, though, Chad. Like picking the right people, and that's because eventually I want to go to a third faction. I have an idea for something to do, but I just need to figure out how to put that in there, and I don't want to do that for this first one. I got a lot of moving pieces as it is right now, and I don't want to add another moving piece into it with that one.
I think the first thing that you have to do when you mention a third faction is rule out anybody that enthusiastically volunteers for the third faction.
I'll do it.
Right off the bat. And the reason for that is a lot of them are there with the attitude that they're there to win it for the third faction. And they're, what I liked about what Frank did after his donation of his player card, what I liked is they just kept it really, they didn't do that. They weren't there to be competitive. They were completing their own missions, but they weren't there to really, quote unquote, fuck up the other teams. And so I appreciated that more than anything.
They mostly hung out. I only had one incident where I was shot by a third faction because they thought I was shooting at Rabbi. Thought I was shooting at somebody else, but I was shooting the 3 red guys that were standing behind him. And then next thing I got shot, we got into a little battle like from 4 feet away. They were like, "What are you doing?" And he realized that I was not trying to attack him. But that's a fun walk off the field.
Base security is still important. That's something I learned. I freely gave gold to a red player that pretended to be blue, and I was not paying attention. He walks up. He's like, "Hey, Robin needs 10 gold. I only have this amount." And I'm like, "Oh, our box is right there. Go ahead and grab it." So he's like, "Oh, there's only 3." And I'm like, "Oh, here's 4 more." And the dude walks off, and one of our guys is like, "Is that red?" And I'm like, "No." no. And I look, and it's red. And so I start shooting him. He runs, and I try to chase after him, but he's faster than me. So I get all the way up to Robin in Loxley, and his merry men block me, and their just guns are pointed straight at me. I'm like, you, So I try to like negotiate past, and nope. And so after he left, they pointed where he went, and I tried to hunt him down just out of spite, but I couldn't find him. So that was a great moment of being stupid.
Yeah, I think I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how I can force you guys to interact, but still make your own choices. There's definitely been times in games where I've spent like months writing like bounty hunter missions and all this other crazy stuff, and like come to find out the team didn't even use it in the whole event. So I definitely tried really hard to like kind of force you guys to like start interacting with each other, but then like after that, once you guys kind of had your foot in the door, like kind of make your own choices after that.
I think that would have worked if we didn't have so much to do with the 5 on each team. I think if like I said, said to you privately, if we had a larger base of role players, I mean the wagon was absolutely, I mean, like every single hour doing the wagon mission, which I thankfully Little John lucked out on that one for all but one, but that was pretty exhausting for everyone, and it does take a lot out of you. So to have one role player commit to that, and then have the others, usually those that weren't involved in missions and weren't doing that were probably taking it easy. And so, yeah, definitely having a larger base of players to tap from, and it's a learning thing. I mean, you have these role players; they may or may not interact. You put all the time and effort into it, but the ultimate goal is to have free form. I would think is to have some free form interaction with some sort of free form rewards where you can, you start interacting on your own because your self-interest is to do that, not because a mission dictates it.
And besides gaining gold, the only freeform incentive that anyone had to work for that was a role player was probably Robin Hood.
What was
Robin Frank, how did your quest go for the weekend?
How did my quest go? I mean, I had to get fruit cups, plates. I had to find myself bargaining for these things like all weekend. So people were like, "Hey, help me with this." I'm like, "No, I need this. Help me get this." So I mean, they would go out and search for these things. So I ended up getting what I needed. So
yeah, and then some. Hope you enjoyed your snacks.
So he did have a secret objective that he didn't know what his objective was by the end of the game, but his objective was to turn in the most gold coins at the end of the last section of the game before final battle. Nice. And he did. He turned in more gold coins than the other red and blue teams.
Well, I hope my few gold I handed you helped with that.
Oh, it did. Most definitely. That's what I was going to ask you, Chad. What the hell was the secret mission or the secret quest? Now I know.
Yeah, that was you to be the greediest role player of them all by the last section.
That's great. So Frank, what did you do after you completed your quest? What was your third ability, and what did you end up doing with it?
So after I completed my third quest, I was able to. My third ability was I could create my own ability, and what I ended up doing is I ended up stealing 2 role players to defend the castle in the final battle. It cost 25 gold a piece to capture or to acquire said role players. So that's what I chose.
So you chose to do that. So who did you use it on, and what happened?
I chose Paco and you, Eli, to defend the castle.
And what was my reaction? How did I respond to that?
You were not happy. You were disappointed.
I was disappointed. Why though? I wasn't shooting against my own team.
You were disappointed because you wanted to actually defend the castle, and I completely understand that. So, but I
will Frank be Robin Hood in the next game as well?
So Frank's like make up your own power probably won't roll into the next game, but if Frank wants to be Robin Hood next game, yeah, he'll be Robin Hood next game if he wants to be. Looking at the storyline, how that checked out, looks like he'll gain another role player, which is Little John. And I don't know how I'm going to write Prince John working with Robin Hood, but we'll figure that one out.
Robin Hood and his greedy men, and the morally torn Little John.
Well, I mean, technically, Robin Hood did end on like a really mischievous, greedy note, so that is possible.
In the final battle, Frank, were you ever standing in the octagon right next to the spawn stick?
I was in the middle of the castle watching the middle slapstick the whole time, and it never changed colors.
Who was in the octagon with the hood on?
You can stay out here.
One of your players was, but they would receive a few shots.
It's in the car.
Reach over and swipe the slapstick. We'd shoot a couple more. They'd swipe the slapstick, and this went on for probably a good 50 to 100 paintballs. This person kept just figured, hey, if you're gonna keep hitting the slapstick, I'm gonna keep shooting you.
That might have been Rabbi, maybe.
Well, good. That's payback for your shooting me earlier in the game.
Yeah, Rabbi don't care. Rabbi's gonna do Rabbi things. He don't care about getting shot. He's gonna charge no matter what.
See, that's where everybody's wrong. Y'all say that getting shot with paintballs doesn't hurt, and it doesn't matter, and it does hurt a lot. And the bruises last. It's the worst part of paintball.
I feel like in the moment it's not so bad. It's hard to like not notice it in the moment. But if you're standing there waiting for it to happen, it's definitely worse, I feel like.
It's typically not bad until I bang a bruise on something throughout the week, and I'm like, that
just wait till you have to ref, bro.
I did ref that one time, and that was fun. Not because my friends love the fact that I was in some of the angles they had to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a final battle for Mutant Warfare, right?
Yeah, I have lots of pads for that.
Yes, there is.
Completely coded.
Yes, there is. We're going to roll right into it. I think you started doing that too, right, Chad? Kind of just rolling right into it. Oh, no, you did it.
Not this last one. There was a break. Yeah.
Stop and pull.
I only do it on some events. It depends on the scenario.
Okay, yeah. And see, so as of right now, my mindset is to roll right into it, but I got to see how this works out, right? See if the setting up of it works out the right way to be able to roll right into it.
I feel like 1 day events, it works pretty well for me at least, rolling right into it. But 2 day events, like it's always like a big guesstimation on like how many players are left over from Saturday. So it's really hard to like tell if like rolling into it without resetting the field is going to be the right choice.
Right, and
I have that. I have that challenge too, to decide which is better on a 2 day event, single day event. Although my customer like player base here, they're all done by 2 or 3 o'clock. Like whether
it's like hot as hell by then, isn't it?
It's also hot as balls down there.
Oh, it is not, man. Y'all are. Look,
as he's sweaty right now.
It's only 93 degrees in my garage. What are you talking about? It's a dry heat.
I got my Sherwood hoodie trying to keep me warm. I'm freezing on here.
Look, it's 10% humidity. Look.
Jesus.
92.
All right, it gets to like 120 degrees down there. 120 degrees, 120 degrees. Like I live down there. Like we can literally cook bacon and eggs on the hood of a car, not a problem.
Yeah, they taste like shit though.
Hey, Eli, do they still got to wear? Do you still have to wear your mittens to get in your car?
All the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then so I need to put mittens. I need to make Michigan mittens now, so I can know like where I'm at.
Right.
Where those when I go up there.
But yeah, fuck that, man. If you got to put gloves on to get in your car, it's too hot.
Nah. I mean, in the winter I got to put gloves on to get my car, but that's different.
No, it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat, man. It's like it's only hot for probably 15 minutes of the drive. And after that, it's still hot until you get home, and then you're in AC, and the AC may or may not be working all the way. So like sometimes you're like sweating all night, but it's still dry sweat.
No, I spent a few years in some deserts, man. Nah, fuck that.
I think a wet or a dry sweat doesn't sound comfortable, man.
No, it's no, because when you with a dry sweat, when you shower, you shower, and after you get out, you dry off and you dry off. In a wet sweat, humid sweat, you take a shower, you get out, and you still like nothing's happened.
That's pretty much today over here in Indiana. It's pretty humid today.
Yeah.
On that note,
you're gonna end it on that.
I feel like that's a good spot.
It's a bad spot. It's a bad spot.
What's next up for Mutants, Guru? Are we going to Super Game?
Super Game will be the next event that we're at. Yes.
Super Game will be the next one.
Super Game will be the next one. I go back on. I guess I'll get back in frame. Let's see. I don't want to be first. I'm gonna say I don't want to be first though. I'm gonna say it ain't my show. I don't want to fucking be first. Goddammit. I'm trying to look at the calendar now, but if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Super Game is our very next event. Yeah, I don't have the calendar anymore, which is weird.
I
got it. I just found it. All right, so yeah, Super Game's our next one, and then after Super Game, we have
is there a Future Ball event?
Yeah, Future Ball, Complete Chaos, then Monster Game.
We're on blue at Super Game. What are we on at the
Chaos?
Next one? Yeah.
Chaos is Alan. So I think Alan's red, I think. I'll ask him. I'll ask Red what color he is. Like I said, Monster Game, we know we red because we rocking with Loki in Trouble. Then we got Dewan's 10-man, and then my event. And I know, Chad, you got your next one.
Yeah, what's next one, Chad?
Right.
We got Mad Max, August 7th.
Okay.
August 7th.
And then we got Jedi the same month, August 26th and 27th.
Where is Mad Max?
Blast
Camp. Mad Max at Blast Camp.
Is that a 2-day or is that a 1-day?
That's a 2-day event now. So that was like our original game as Red Feather Paintball. So we really enjoy running that one.
I have not been to that one.
Is that one role playing heavy, or what's
that one's like role playing light? So like there's no role players per teams. There's a whole lot of missions. There's like over 100 missions. There's tanks that roam around the field, a bunch of ways to get them out. Basically, it's more about interacting with the resources. So it's fuel, water, and ammo. There's different ways to like get missions done. You have like a 55-gallon siphon pump. You got to siphon out actual liquid into gas cans and stuff. So it's really more about the missions as far as the role play, but there is a whole third faction that you can buy and sell stuff to.
Do people dress up for it, or are they pretty?
Some people do. It's like really hit or miss. We do get some people to dress up, but the last couple of years, I think it's been kind of light.
Well, August, it's a little warm, a little humid to be wearing Mad Max costumes. Could see.
No, Mad Max.
I'll give it a shot though.
You don't wear anything.
See, I gotta wear. I'm gonna put football pads on and feel comfy for once.
Yeah, no, that's one of the that's one of the suits right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, but then you don't wear a shirt. Like it's always shirtless.
Fine, but I'll wear chainmail. Got it.
Yeah, that works. So you've got Mad Max. That one interests me. My travel's a bit limited this year, although my flight out of Midway was canceled, and they gave me vouchers, so I might be doing something sooner than later. Unfortunately, I'm commanding Decay of Nations in the same weekend as Mutant Warfare, so I'll just have to send my assassins up to mess with everybody. That's all I got.
Movie for that. Jeez.
What's that?
Have to kick you out for that one.
What'd I do? Oh.
Not coming to the game.
Yeah, sorry.
Moose.
Yeah, I run events at SC Village. So with that relationship, I'm pretty much married to that event and field for that type of stuff.
That's a pretty big deal over there. How long has that game been going on, that Decay of Nations?
Longer than some of the other big ones. It's we're at Decay of Nations 16 or 17.
Wow.
Okay.
So 2007, 2008. Yeah. And so what's unique about it is you guys have your walking tanks. With this field, they have mechs, and the mechs are all the way from full LARPing stuff where people pass out to your typical netted mechs. We joked about making trash cans into mechs one year. One team brought I don't know how they got it approved, but they brought a giant bacon suit costume one year, and that passes a mech. So it is a post-apocalyptic themed event. And so it's kind of cool. I wrote story for it a couple times. I've commanded. This is my 3rd year commanding. This will be. I don't want to like definitively say it's my last year because I've eaten my words on that more times than once. But I do believe that as a commander, you shouldn't have the same person commanding more than 3 times in a row. So I kind of, after this event, I want to bail out of that and maybe be a support role or something. But I don't know. We'll see.
Moose, what's your next reffing event?
Honestly, I don't know.
Are you playing at Super Game?
That's still up in the air yet. If I don't play, I'll ref more than likely.
You're probably reffing the 10-man though, right?
I have no idea what's going on with that. To be honest, I have not heard anything about it.
Dewan wants to at first make sure So I mean, we kind of in the same mindset. You guys ref a lot, so we want to let you guys play, right? Get some trigger time. So if he can, just like with me, as long as I can, you, Lacey, you know what I'm saying? Other people who like just ref all the time, you guys are playing. So that's why he hasn't came to you yet about it. Well, Paco just said we are reffing the 10-man, so never mind. There you go. I didn't know if Dewan. I just know me and Dewan talked about it, and we was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys ref all the time, and I know y'all want to get some trigger time. I know y'all get y'all trigger time in when y'all need to, but it was like, hey, I mean, we got teams. We could, just have our team do it.
Is there a 3-man again at Super Game?
I'm sure they. Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. That's what they do.
I Walmart 2.0.
I might do a Walmart 2.0 team for that.
Well, you have to use new barrels.
Yeah.
Paco,
why not?
I am not playing this game this week. I am not playing a 3-man. All right. So when I leave, don't be mad at me this time. Yeah, mad at me.
So Matt, when do you expect to be able to start playing again?
Fold.
I think fold is when I'm gonna be okay enough to actually attempt to play. Right. I mean, because I'm engaged. Exactly. I'm engaged. If it's too much, if I feel myself doing too much, or I feel like it's gonna cause some harm, I just wait. Like, I mean, because realistically, like I said, the injury is a year injury. So if I did it on, on Easter. You know what I'm saying? So
you're basically on the same timeline as Grizz. The countdown's roughly the same at this point.
Yeah. At this point, you're right. At this point, yeah, me and Grizz on the same timeline at this point in time.
Cool. I'll update that.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I created Grizz after he had his baby. I created a countdown timer, and it was like 15 months. And I sent it to Matt on one of the shows a few months ago. So yeah, that's where the joke is coming from. No, what you need to do is, so you can play, is you need to create your own bot with a Segway.
No, I'm just gonna buy a golf cart and turn it into a tank, and that's how I'm playing.
That works.
Yeah.
You still need a TV screen for it though.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, but I'm definitely buying a golf cart and I'm gonna put the netting around it, and that's how I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I find out on Tuesday. I find out on Tuesday if I can walk. Once they say I can start walking, it's a wrap. So if there's an event that I can get to and they got a tank that I can sit in, I'm playing paintball.
You need, if not, you should get one of those elevator lifts up to your seat in the tank.
Hey Loki, that 10-man is not at Super Game. It's a 10-man.
It's like August.
Yeah, it's the one's also. It's the one's 10-man.
Yeah.
And Frank, when's your team's next game? Super Game? You guys said something before that.
Yeah, we're Super Game, and then we may or may not hit Monster Game. I know we got a guy coming from Virginia that wants to play Mad Max again, so those are the next 3 that are on the list.
What happened to Castle Frontlines? Are you not doing that one?
Yeah, come on, I ain't going out there.
Oh, all right, that's fair. Okay.
Is that the one that's like Pennsylvania or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of we're defending the castle at EMR. You know, most of the team will be there, but I don't think us here in the Midwest are gonna go out that way.
Gotcha.
So
Frank's like, I already own a castle. Why do I have to defend one?
I live 5 minutes from a castle.
Right. Yeah, that's funny. That's wild. Cause what were we doing? We were down there for something, and we were going past. I want to say it was either Lacey or
we were going to Paco's
eat, right?
house. No, we were going to Paco's house to put brakes on your truck.
Okay. All right.
And we drove by Frank's house. Then we all yelled, Frank! Frank! And then we went to Paco's house.
Right.
Oh, good.
Wait, Frank, you live on the way to Paco's house?
Down the road. Down the road we went down, yeah.
We were going out to El Bracero from
I thought
wherever.
so. Because Moose was with us, right?
Yeah, he was navigating.
Yeah.
I forget whatever we were doing. We were going in towards Michigan City from Sherwood.
Oh, we went to dinner.
The Mexican spot.
Yeah, El Bracero.
In the Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Because we went and bought
I was
tools.
like, oh, Frank lives right here. And we always yell Frank when we go by his house. And everybody in the truck yelled, Frank.
Because I think we told him like the next day, so he was like, I thought I heard something.
I just need to know where that's at roughly so I can bring my loudspeaker next time.
I feel like scenario slugs are gonna get launched at the house.
Exactly. You might find some scenario slugs in your backyard.
And then I'll be the second person in the Michigan City News related to paintball.
Right.
Be some paywall article.
Jason?
What's that?
What did they try to call you? Michael Myers? What did they try to call you?
They called me Jason. No, it's not Jason.
Yeah, they messed that one up. They could have done better.
I mean, if you would have seen what I was wearing at the time,
yeah. One of these days I'm going to pay for that article just so I can see like what it all looks like and then share it. I'm just not that ambitious yet.
Yeah, there's no picture in the article, just so you know.
I'll make one. I don't care. I'll de-age you. Least I can do for you, Frank. I'm gonna have to jet here, but Chad, fantastic event. I've said that privately on social media. Again, I enjoyed it, and you definitely gave me, as with I saw where you pulled things from Deadlands. Even though I wasn't able to be a role player, I saw where you integrated things, and I like the direction that you're taking the role playing focus on this. So even though I complained internally and maybe a little bit out loud when I had to pull the cart, and was on missions, I really enjoyed it. And so you put on a great event, very well thought out, started on time, kept your schedule, were not easily derailed by shenanigans that I may or may not have been part of. So overall, like it's an event that I enjoy, and definitely I could see why you have people that give you rave reviews. So mine is one of them.
Thanks, Eli.
I do love me some Red Feather events. There was one last thing. Guru's in a magazine he wants to brag about.
Listen, I'm not in the magazine. The team's in the magazine. The team made in the magazine. TB wrote an article. Again, I identify with the article because I myself got a attention deficit. I got issues. I got some.
I don't have any of that at all.
I'm a little hyperactive sometimes. But he wrote an article related to ADHD or AH. Shit, I can't even say it right.
ADHD,
autism, and ADHD.
Autism, right? So, and again, he asked for pictures. I sent pictures, and that article was in there, so we made it inside the article. So
that was badass.
It was. I mean, we got 8 pages. That's fucking dope. Like we got 8 pages. Exactly. See, Paco gets it. That's the squirrel. The squirrel is that part in me. That's the squirrel. So for people who don't understand and don't know why, that's why. I'm very quick to be like, oh shit, something over there. Hey, squirrel. So yeah, so I thought it was I liked it. And that's why I just thought it was a good thing. It was fun for us.
When I have time, which is limited, I plan on doing a write-up on Robin Hood from my perspective. Hopefully after a bit of editing, it can hit that that magazine as well with pictures and stuff. So that's the goal. Just a solid write-up of my experience as a role player. So starting with the damn coins.
Well, you can kick me out again, man, because I'm gonna let y'all finish
Good.
this off.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna bail too. Great show. Thank
We're
you
gonna
guys.
shut it down.
All right, later.
Thanks for coming, everybody. It's my first
All right,
time.
thanks, guys. Hasta luego.
See you guys.
Later.
Hey, look, GG's gonna be exchanged and everything. But what I'm gonna need you to do is come on out that room. Ass first, hands touching your motherfucking knees. Cause that's the only way you getting out of this shit alive, you sweet bitch.
Not around. Just don't forget who you fucking with when stepping on hollow ground.